just a bit outside.
And welcome to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely, and along with me, as always, my co-host, Wes Cook.
The champ is here.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Yes.
I'm number 7.
You won the NIT.
I did.
Won the whole shebang. Get to talk shit for an entire year.
Yeah, well, you can talk shit to them. I have to see you all the time.
Well, I'm going to talk shit to you, too. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Yeah.
Hail to the king.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And the loser of our fantasy football league was Big Job Bob.
I know.
So next year, the pod will definitely include a lot of Bob in a Hooters outfit.
I thought that thing was
dirty, sweaty one.
I thought that thing was tight on Joel. That thing is going to be.
It's going to be tighter on Bob. Ooh. Hate it for him.
I told you, man, my whole plan is I would like to win. Winning it would have been great.
Oh, no, winning's great.
I just need to finish 8th or better.
No, I agree. I'm in the same boat. Like, I mean, once I knew I was in the playoffs, I was like, whew, as long as I'm not wearing that shit.
Yeah, dude.
Things are good. Yeah,
when I saw I lost, then I was like, oh, where am I at? Oh, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
I got that first round bye in the NIT.
In the consolation bracket.
Yes, sir.
Now, I was watching the very end of those games, just watch it come down to it, and I was like, it happened.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Baker Mayfield for torching the Panthers to give me that W.
Lord, dude. Baker's balling, sir.
Baker was MVP of my team, sure. Now, the shout out to Derrick Henry, too. Josh Jacobs, two very solid picks for me, but goes to show you, wait on your quarterback.
Yeah.
Wait on it. Because Baker was down there late.
I know.
Got Baker late.
I know. I get all about the late stuff. I had a plan going in, and like it was just like, oh, we're just going to take this guy and this guy and this guy. Oh, matter of fact, I've already got one, but I'm going to take this guy anyway.
Right.
And I'm just like, mother. Which I'm kind of glad because, I mean, Jordan Love played okay.
Yeah.
Could have been better than Kirk Cousins. Thanks for cutting Tua, by the way.
You're welcome. I allowed for you to get that 7th place finish.
Hey, man, Tua.
I had to cut him, man. I mean, I didn't think he was going to play football again.
Tua.
That was my quarterback I drafted. And then after that hit and that concussion, I was like, this is done. But luckily I drafted Mayfield too. And so Baker was there, and Baker was solid backup, came in and outperformed Tua. Although Tua did have a solid second half of the year.
Tua played great.
Yeah. No, he stepped up too big.
Tua and the Jonnu Smith. I had that combo rolling at the end of the year, and it was nice.
Nice.
There's nothing like going into like the end of a game, and I'm like, oh, man, my tight end didn't do nothing. Then they go into overtime. Oh, shit, dude. He ended up with like 12 points.
Yeah.
Touchdown in overtime. I'm in. But anyway, congratulations, sir.
Much appreciated. I'm stoked. After a 5-year drought of not being in the playoffs in this league, it was nice to finally overcome or get over top of that hill and take down the championship. Feels good. That's my first one in this league. So this is what, year 8, year 9?
Yeah. It's probably longer than that, bro.
It's been around for a while. Yeah, but I'm just saying it's
9-10 years, something like that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was a long drought. Long drought.
And it's been a minute for me too, buddy.
So I'm going to
I'm changing my whole philosophy next year.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's what it takes.
I did this year. I took a bunch of running backs. I tend to get shouted on, and like my running backs were solid. It was my wide receivers kept getting hurt all year.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am going to be the most obnoxious champ this league has ever seen.
I know how to put you on Do Not Disturb, so
you don't want to
bother
do
me.
that. You don't want to do that.
No, you can. It'll be pretty hilarious. It'll be fun.
We're gonna run Bob fucking ragged pouring beers next year.
We're gonna make all the kids have them get drinks too.
That was funny.
Best $20 I ever spent.
Yeah. Hey Kate, here's $20.
Go tell Bob. Go tell Bob get you a drink.
Well, it was Joel, but still.
Yeah, Joel. Sorry,
But this year it will be Bob.
it will be Bob.
Oh man, what a hell of a punishment for Bob. I mean, the good side is he does get to propose a punishment for the following year.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, like I said, propose. It's gotta be within reason, and we're not going to declare anything.
Yeah.
It'll go through the commissions, which are me and Bob.
I think we need to.
But I think as long as everybody says, agrees upon it, and it's nothing egregious, I think we'll be fine with it.
I think we all need to chip in and get a belt.
The belt?
I think that's what we need to do.
I mean, we have a trophy.
Yeah, but it's like this big.
No, it's
And
not.
it's broke.
Like this big.
And it's broke though.
It's like that big. Pretty good size.
Yeah, so much better.
We're supposed to get it engraved with all the previous champions' names on it.
Think about how much cooler the belt would be, especially when you get to wear it at the draft party.
Well, we can think about it.
And then you can just talk shit the entire time. With
I'm
the
going
belt
to
on.
anyway without
Oh, I know.
it. Like, you motherfuckers don't know what you're doing. Watch the champ draft. Watch, I'm going to talk so much shit. I'm just going to
It's gonna be
curse
you
myself
next
and I'm
year.
going to finish that.
It's gonna be you next year.
That will probably happen.
I tell you what irked me is the fact that I lost in the last week of regular season to Juwan, who turned around and his team shit the fucking bed in the first round of the playoffs. I think he scored 60 points or something like
Yeah,
that.
he
And I'm
had
like,
a lame duck round for
what
sure.
the hell? I was looking at it like, man, I would have been like the third highest scoring team in the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, son of a
Behind
bitch.
me and Rob.
Behind you and Rob.
Yeah, my team came around late. I had to knock off Rob, who had one loss on the fucking entire year. Thanks, Saquon Barkley.
Maybe if we had actually had people he could change out.
He was running the league. Running it.
Because he's a hoarder.
He finished third. He got his money.
He's a hoarder.
3 quarterbacks.
3 quarterbacks, 2 kickers, 2 defenses.
Hey man, whatever works. I mean, his record was proven, dude.
Did it work?
He finished third. Finished ahead of you. Sometimes it works out. Rob usually is up there though. He makes the playoffs year in and year out.
Drive him crazy next year. I'm picking all the Eagles.
Just pick all Eagles before he can.
Every time, because he does me with Green Bay guys all the time. I was going to draft Jordan Love this year.
Oh yeah, I know.
Right before it, because I even heard, he's going to be so mad. And looking at me, and he said, I'm like, fucker.
You're doing exactly what I don't want you to right now.
What?
That. Taking my fucking quarterback.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Always.
All right. Well,
Anyway.
that's enough fantasy football talk. The champ is here. I just want to remind everybody once again, and I'm going to remind you for at least 10 more episodes in a row. And then I'll talk
sure.
about it when fantasy football comes back up again next year. Might throw it around in the middle of summer just to get hype again. Maybe if we do get a belt, I'll just start wearing it over my shoulder during every podcast.
I like it. Just cutting promos.
Just cutting promos. Champ is here. I'm going to be like the league. I'm going to be like Ruxin winning.
Oh, dude, I saw the Instagram reel today where it's like, you rigged the draft.
Collusion.
Collusion. It was good, and it was good. It was good. What did he say? It was null and void.
Yeah. God.
Vol and Noed.
You want to tell everybody the story on how we got through the entire league?
Oh, right back.
No? We're going to hold back on that one.
Ooh.
Let's just say work was Work was definitely on the lighter end of things at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to Red Wing 2010 in the chat.
Oh,
Much
nice.
appreciated to follow along with us.
I like it.
Yes, sir. But yeah, we had a light workload, and we got through 7 seasons of the league at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes, we did.
definitely helped out making it through that in a good month or two time.
Oh, dude, it was that. I think we watched pretty much all of Shameless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We did get through Shameless.
Watched
Nice.
multiple comedy specials.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh, stand ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I mean, those were good times at work. Now things all stressful. Those were good times. We'll look back at those fondly. The Buffalo Wild Wings day.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Fantastic.
Systems go down and you're still at lunch. It's like, hey man, I'm just gonna chill out and we'll be here for on Saturday during fucking college football.
Especially
Let's
when the
go.
tech goes out, return all jobs.
Done. All right. So,
Just sucks we couldn't do beer. That
Yeah,
was the only
absolutely.
thing that sucked. But man, we got to watch football all afternoon.
Yeah,
That's always good.
that was good.
Always good, sir. Oh, man. Speaking of playoffs and stuff, the college football playoffs are with us and upon us. A lot of crazy stuff has happened so far. I mean, I did not expect Oregon to lay the egg like they did.
No, that was actually very shocking. I really thought that was going to be a close game.
I
Ohio
expected high
State-
scoring.
Well, yeah,
But
absolutely.
close.
But close. Yeah, back and forth, back and forth, back and
No,
forth.
no. Ohio State came out, punched him right in the mouth, and said, "Get some."
Ohio State looks like the best team in football right now. But we've said that about Oregon. We've said that about Georgia. We've said it about Texas. We've said it so many times. It's like it just changes.
It hurts
now-
it hurts my feelings, bro. You know it does.
I mean, we do hate Ohio State.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. But, I mean, you still have to give them credit. That, I mean, Ohio State, ever since they lost to Michigan, just got the chip on their shoulder and they're like, we're
Yeah.
going to kick some ass.
Now there's still people that want him fired. They're idiots, though.
Not at this point, right? There's no way there's anybody clamoring for Ryan Day's job at this point.
Oh, it's going to take them to lose, and it's going to be like, oh, we need to fire him. You don't, dude. You got a good coach. Shut your mouth.
You have an awesome coach.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take Stoops. Y'all want Stoops? Y'all can have Stoops.
You want old ass Mac Brown? You can have him. Oh wait, you want
You want old
yes. You want all these old ass coaches? You can have them all.
What about your new coach? You just get rid of him right there
Yeah.
for Ryan Day? I would.
I would.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, Belichick.
Yeah, get
Carolina doesn't even want your ass
out.
now.
I don't even care. I still don't like it.
I think it's stupid.
You know, it's in his contract that he can still leave.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, right now he can still leave.
Absolutely.
Before he
Why-
actually coaches one game.
Well, yeah, because if the NFL comes calling, he's gone.
I mean, he's only, 12 games away from being the all-time?
It's close. Yeah.
I think it's 12 games.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, no, in his contract, yeah, he's if an NFL team comes and says, "Here's this, and this," I mean, yeah, it's not going to be Dallas, obviously,
No.
because those talks would have happened 6 weeks ago, right?
Dude,
Because we know what's happening on Black Monday, right? And they call it Black Monday for a reason.
I don't know.
After this Sunday, you'll see 5 head coaches fired.
Yeah, there's a very good chance. I don't know if McCarthy's one of them.
I mean, I will die laughing if it's not McCarthy.
It wouldn't surprise me if.
I mean,
if
it wouldn't
he
surprise,
is. It wouldn't surprise me if they
because
keep
he's,
him.
he's a
either.
good puppet, right? He's a good puppet there in Dallas.
Well, he's also. I mean, look what he's playing with, and he actually has them playing better
He hasn't played
Right
better without
now.
Dak.
without
And
Dak, without CD Lamb.
And that last week was the first week without CD Lamb. So let's calm it down.
I'm
Pump
just-
the brakes.
I'm just saying
Pump the
with-
brakes.
He's got them playing better.
He does have play better. But, I mean, CD Lamb is just going to be an asset to that team.
Oh,
No
absolutely.
matter who the quarterback is, you can't take that away from him. I mean, I hate the fact that he's a Cowboy, but
I saw a thing.
CeeDee Lamb's fucking talented.
Yeah, CeeDee. I saw a thing today where it was talking the top 4 wide receivers in the NFL,
Okay.
which is CeeDee Lamb,
Yep.
Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas Jr. As far as stats this year,
Okay.
they are all from within 180 miles of each. They were all born 180 miles from each other in Louisiana.
Really?
They're all from like the same little pocket.
No shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson were from down there.
CeeDee Lamb's from there and Brian
CeeDee
Thomas Jr. Freaking crazy.
Where did Brian Thompson Jr. go?
LSU.
He did go to
He
LSU?
was the second guy behind Malik Neighbors.
Oh, he was? No shit. See, that's like how disconnected I was.
I'm telling you, dude,
Because CeeDee Lamb went to Oklahoma.
you draft an LSU.
Hold on. So 3 of the 4 stayed in the state. One of them was like,
yeah, fuck it, I'm out. Yeah.
Who was the coach there? It had to be what's the face?
Was it Ogeron?
Ogeron, yeah.
Yeah.
It had to be Ogeron, right?
Because CD was after. No, they were all the same year, weren't they? No, CD was.
Mm-mm.
CD. When did CD?
CD came out first, then Jamar Chase.
Sure, they didn't come out the same draft. But I feel like CD was like.
Was Jefferson? Yeah, it was CD, Jefferson, then Jamar Chase. Right?
Yeah. What would that have been 5 years ago? So that'd been the 2019 draft.
None of them played for my team, so.
I know you don't.
And none of them played for my team in college either, so fuck them.
That's because we can't recruit guys like that.
No, unfortunately not.
We cannot recruit. Let's see. Ugh. What the hell? No, it wasn't that draft. That's the Marquise Brown. That's the Hollywood Brown draft.
Oh.
It was 20.
Well, the Justin Jefferson draft, pisses me off. He was drafted in 2007 or 2020, the 2020 draft.
And Chase came out the same year, didn't they?
Nope.
That was the Burrow
21.
year.
Nope. 21 is when Jamar Chase came out.
Came out a year later.
Yep. Jefferson, then Chase.
CeeDee Lamb came out there along with Jefferson.
So he was in the 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking crazy. Jerry Jeudy was Henry Ruggs was the first wide receiver drafted that year.
I mean, let's be real. Ruggs was the deal at Bama.
He was legit.
He's
legit.
Apparently, he just likes to drive hammered. He should have gone to Georgia
And run over motherfuckers.
and kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
Basically, should have gone to Georgia.
Yeah, should have gone to Georgia. Yeah. Be right in there. That's insane.
Ridiculous. Watching this Notre Dame Georgia matchup right now.
Did they?
That field goal? Notre Dame?
Yep.
Damn it.
Never seen so many pumped white dudes on a football field.
23-10 Notre Dame.
All right. Anyway.
That sucks for my bet. I took Georgia +1.
I didn't realize Brandon Ayuk was the 25th pick in that draft.
He's still number 1.
Yeah.
Fucking with you. I ain't getting you on.
T. Higgins was the 33rd pick in that draft.
Yeah. All right. So Ohio State got just dismantled Oregon yesterday.
Yeah.
The undefeated Oregon, mind you.
I stopped watching when it was 34-0.
I mean,
I was like, ugh.
I got out of hand quick.
I was with Jen. I was kind of like, I had the game on in the background, come by checking. I was doing stuff. And then when I walked back in there and it was 31-0, they were getting ready to kick a field goal. I was like, holy. Because Jen was taking a nap. She was like, hey, wake me up after the nap. I'm like, all right, cool. So, I went to wake her up. I was like, you want me to wake you up, but I don't really think you really care what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, why? I'm like, the score's 34-0 Ohio State. What?
Going back to sleep.
That's exactly what you did. Exactly.
Well, this game was supposed to be played last night, so I was shocked. I still thought they would just moved it to tonight. Like I thought it was going to be 8:45.
Yeah, the 4
Thank you,
o'clock
dear.
I do not understand at all.
Yeah, the 4 o'clock on the day after New Year's, like everybody was off yesterday. That would have made time. That would have made so much sense. But for today to come on at 4, like a lot of people went back to work today, like me and you.
Yeah.
Went back to work today. A game that I was hyped to watch last night, and now we have to wait, 20 hours to watch it. Which I understand the reasoning and everything. I'm not mad about that. But why didn't you just make it at
the 8 o'clock game?
The 8 o'clock game again.
Yeah.
Let me get home and watch it. Don't start it. And I get home and it's like in the middle of the second quarter. And I'm
I
like,
know
what
you
the
get
fuck?
home and I'm sitting here watching it.
Yeah, no shit.
That's what you get for being the champ, sir.
Keep it up, buddy. I'm going to fucking bring it. I'm going to bring it every episode.
Oh, it's all good. I'm sorry. I had to slide it in.
No, it's all good. Yeah, looking like Notre Dame is going to probably wrap this one up. They're up 2 possessions, 13 minutes left. I mean, of course, things can change. There was the drive that Georgia scored the touchdown on. They were going fast. They were moving fast. They were throwing the ball down the field. They need to get.
He trucked that dude.
They need to get back to that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like the game is. They're moving a lot slower. There's not a lot of sense of urgency right now. They need to move, and try to get back in this game because one touchdown will change it, but you got to get it quick. And they're close to the red zone. I'll give them that. And there's a first down by ETN, so they are at the 26.
They need to be moving, and they need to try to keep the same person on the field. That way, you don't give the defense the same opportunity to change.
Oh yeah, no. You just tell you guys to suck it up. We're not subbing. We're going.
Yep.
Yeah, just be ready. But here goes subs.
Yep, that's exactly what we were talking about right there. Man, I'm just shocked.
I never thought of Carson Beck being that instrumental to their success.
He's giant, apparently.
Obviously. Unless there's Notre Dame is surprising us, and we talk shit about Notre Dame all the time. So,
I mean, I talk crap about them all the time to my brother because I'm like, dude, they need to play a real schedule. He's like, they play a real schedule. And I'm like, dude, they are trying to keep all these historic.
This ain't USC of 2004, bro.
Well, dude, it's also they play Army, Air Force, and Navy every year.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving yourself 3 cupcakes along with playing like Miami of Ohio or Northern Illinois.
They're playing the Kentucky non-conference schedule.
Exactly. I mean,
playing Akron and
yeah. Western Kentucky, Northern Illinois.
Hey,
they're playing those MAC teams.
Not a better mascot in college football than the Hilltopper. Tell me one. Maybe the Oregon Duck.
I love the Duck.
The Duck's great.
The Duck is awesome. Felt so bad for that dude.
Did you see the Duck when he went on? Damn it, brain farting.
When he was on McAfee?
Yeah, McAfee.
Yeah, that was pretty
funny. He's just writing down all his notes. He's like,
yeah.
He's just talking shit the whole time.
Well, dude, he was great. And like the game, I felt bad for him. Remember when they played? Who was it they played? They played one of those West Coast weak schools. They beat them like 80 to 72, 78 to like 3 or something like that.
So basically, the non-existent Gonzaga football.
Yeah, essentially. Well, every time they score, the Duck has to equal the points in push-ups.
Yeah, no, I know that.
He did like 500 push-ups that day.
Doesn't bother him.
No, good on him.
Have you seen the BYU Tiger?
I'd have been out. Oh, the one that went up the tables? I saw that one.
Dude,
that was impressive.
Beast.
That was impressive.
Beast.
Oh, pass interference?
I hope so. Although it's not the same as the NFL. It's only 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, but if you're almost in the red zone, it's good.
Well, no, I get it. It's half the distance.
Oh, it's definitely pass interference. He's crying.
Yeah, there we go. Come on, Georgia. Trying to win some money today.
Probably the surprise of so far was Arizona State and Texas yesterday to me.
Well, see, the thing was, Texas ended up they jumped out to a league. and looked like, all right, we're cruising. Texas is going to,
Kind of offensively took the foot off the gas a little bit.
They did. Yeah. They were throwing the ball, just running weird plays, not running the ball like you should have been. It was very weird.
They outweighed their offensive linemen, outweighed Arizona State's defensive line by, I think it was like 60 pounds on average.
By 60 pounds on average?
Yes.
That's nuts.
Like, run the ball, smash it, go big, and just run the ball down their throats.
Simple.
I think teams like to get too cute. Steve Sarkisian is one of those guys that likes to get too cute.
Yeah. I mean, because Saban never did that kind of stuff.
No. I mean, you think about it. It took Lane Kiffin to get Saban to change his mindset on some of the passing game.
Yeah. I mean, because you had to adapt and you had to have the quarterback because it's a quarterback's game now. It's not the running back's game. But now you're seeing the emergence of the running back again, and this is the evolution.
Well, the whole thing is like, you're Alabama. You got all of these horses at wide receiver. Why are you not getting them the ball? Which, Lane kind of changed that for him. But still, like, I thought Texas defense was playing great. I think they kind of got discouraged when they gave up the 40-yard running back pass when Scatterbo threw it for the touchdown. I think that discouraged them for a minute, and that's where it kind of fell apart for them. Missing the field goals probably wasn't a very good thing either, especially when you missed two that could have won it for you.
Doesn't help.
I will say Scatterbo played a lot better than I expected. Second half, he was ridiculous. Yeah. I still would take Genty over that dude all day long, but he's a truck. Like, he's a handful.
No, I think he's going to make himself a presence in the league. But Genty's different. And I know Penn State's defense found
a way.
I mean, they destroyed Boise State.
Boise can't pass the ball.
But that's the thing. They forced them to.
Yep.
Because, they loaded the box all day yesterday. Loaded the box.
Yeah.
And said, throw.
We'll give you all the throws you want.
Yeah. There was times they were bringing 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're one-on-one with the wideouts up there, and they still ran the ball.
Yeah.
And they got exposed for everything. And I was like, how has there not been one team to do this against them all year?
Well, a lot of teams probably tried it. They just don't have the talent.
Penn State's defense is legit. 100% legit. And they're playing their best football right now. I'm not saying this is a Penn State team that's going to win a national title, but their defense can carry them there as long as the offense takes care of the football and does what it needs to do.
You and I have talked about it a lot. I'm not sold on Drew Aller.
No,
I'm not sold on him. And maybe I'm
not either.
Maybe I'm missing something. I watched the kid play last year, and I watched him go 9 of 22 for 100 yards and a touchdown and 2 interceptions. I watched those games. I saw that play, and I'm just like, I don't see it.
I don't either. I think this is a guy, if he has the year of eligibility, I'm not positive, but I think he does. I'd stay. Take your NIL deals because, State College is going to give you all the money you want.
Yeah.
So just stick around and just progress and just
get a little better.
Just get a little bit better.
I saw that he got a little bit.
He has. Yeah, he progressed year over year immediately like that.
But
he is better than he was.
Yeah.
But you just need to continue it.
Yeah.
I need to see the progress, and it needs to be progress, and it needs to go up. You can't flatline.
Yeah. Well, it helps when you've got primary target was his tight end. That dude's a baller, by the way.
Send him to Vegas.
Don't need him in Vegas. Don't need him in Vegas, but somebody needs to take him. That dude's probably going to be your first tight end off the board. I don't know how early it'll be, but
Oh no, you're missing my point. I was like, send Drew Aller to Vegas.
Oh, yeah. That, yes.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
That, yes.
If you're gonna feed the tight end, I know a guy that loves eating.
I mean, the quarterbacks there
The
did a
leading
pretty good job.
receiver or leading in all receptions this
I know.
year was Brock Bowers, which we called.
Yeah.
Said
We
the
said
man
he was going to be a beast
force.
from jump.
Yep, from the jump.
Just wish he had a better quarterback.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm not going to be able to get that. Shout out to Brock Bowers for fucking running my football team this year too.
Yeah. Speaking of hoarding
I
positions,
robbed you. I robbed you of Brock Bowers too.
You
Because I
did.
was like, Kyle Pitts and Kirk Cousins was a match made in heaven. Whoops.
yeah, I thought it was going to be too. And
Kyle Pitts is going to be so far down the draft board. If he gets traded, do you think he jumps up?
yeah, I do.
I'm not taking him.
I think he's a very talented guy. I think Kirk Cousins was just awful.
Brock Bowers first tight end off the board next year, especially in a PPE league.
Yeah.
PPR. Excuse me.
Yeah. Why not?
Too much work.
Somebody will draft him in the first round.
I hope not in the first round.
Right.
But, I mean, our league, yeah, who knows?
Who
I
knows? Who knows?
You see two quarterbacks off the fucking board in the first round, you're like, oh, God.
Like shit. I mean, you're kind of like shit, but at the same time, you're like, okay,
It's okay.
Somebody
Baker-
just fell to me.
Baker's hanging. Hanging. Until Rob comes around, it takes two more before you pick one.
God, dude. That's why it's so hard to do like any kind of freaking
Yeah,
mock.
you can't take a mock seriously with our league. We have, and just for anybody listening,
I'm not even
it's
going to call them amateurs anymore. I mean, they've been in the league long enough. They're not. But at the
There's
same
some
time, the
that-
style of drafting does not reflect normal.
But what's so weird is the guy that did take three quarterbacks is the guy that finished with one loss on the year.
Dude, Rode, he had several
Saquon
points, but
was the deal.
when Saquon's scoring you 25 to 30 points a game,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to win. You don't need a whole lot more other than that.
No, I mean, but he had a top end quarterback. He had a top end running back. Wide receivers panned out.
I mean, he had everything fall into place, and then Saquon just having the monster year that he had.
That helps. Yeah, and you're the leading rusher of the league. That's big.
Yeah. Could have the record, but he's shutting it down, and I do not blame them at all.
No, I don't blame him at all. But before we move to the NFL,
Yeah.
let's talk picks going forward. Georgia's in the red zone with 10.5 left, so this is about to be a game, hopefully. I need an ETN touchdown big time, although it's 3rd and 7, so I don't anticipate it unless we green here. Nope, ETN's not even.
Nope.
Dang it, Bobby. They can get a first down.
They can.
But what do you think projection wise going forward? We're looking at Penn State, Notre Dame, but then we're looking at Texas and Ohio State.
Could it be Penn? And
2-yard rush for Stockton here, so that leaves them 3rd and 5 or 4th and 5.
I would
You
just
go
like
for
to,
it.
I would
Go
like
for
to-
it here, right? You
I would
got to
like-
go for it.
I would say it would behoove you not to win your conference championship. I feel like every team that did is getting screwed in it.
Ohio
Oregon
State
definitely
and
got
Oregon.
screwed. Oregon definitely got screwed.
Well,
Ohio State's not the 8th best team in the country, or 8th best team in that bracket.
they're way better. But I agree. Here's 4th down.
They're talking
Over
now.
the shoulder pass interference. No call.
Oh, all
How about that? That might wrap this one up for them. They can get a couple first downs. Georgia only has 2 timeouts left.
they go down and get a field goal. Game's over.
That's a big stop for Notre
Field goal. Game's over.
Dame. Yep. You're gonna have to see Georgia's defense step up in a big way now. Turnovers.
I'm trying to figure out how that wasn't pass interference.
He was there early.
He had him wrapped. His arm was
Yeah,
wrapped around
I
him.
know. He was there way early. Way early. Anyways, Ohio State, Texas is the matchup we know about. Way Ohio State's playing, I don't know if there's anybody beating them right now.
I'm all over Ohio State on that one. Like I
I
said,
think
it
so.
hurt my feelings when we originally did the playoff picks. I said I thought Ohio State was going to win it, and then I came back and I didn't want to because they did. But God, they are playing shit football.
They are.
They are smashing.
Since the Michigan loss, and here's the thing, we've talked about it and how Ohio State wants to fire the Ryan Day and get rid of him because he can't beat Michigan. But here's the thing. Your team's set up to win a national title, and basically the fan base put the chip on the shoulder.
Yeah.
These guys are playing for Ryan Day right now.
Dude, they love Ryan Day.
Yeah.
They're completely fine with Ryan Day.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like Ryan Day's like, look, we're going to do this. Chip, I need you to unleash the offense.
Yes.
Let's get out of this conservative, semi-conservative mode, and let's do it.
And I've got to say, the added aspect of Chip Kelly to this offense has been crucial for especially this playoff run. But Chip Kelly has made a huge difference with the offense, as you can see. Because, they're putting up points, and they're putting up against Oregon, okay. You're going to put up points.
Yeah.
But the way
they dismantled Tennessee.
They dismantled Tennessee, and they just took over both games. They came out
strong
and just were like, we're gonna curb stop them, and they've curb stopped both teams.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I hate it for Texas. It's going to be brutal for them. They're going to have to come out and get key stops early in order to stay in this ball game. And I don't know if I see it. Now, Texas has a great defense, but it's the best one Ohio State's going to play in this playoff thus far. So we'll see how that goes.
I saw a Texas team at times struggle against the Arizona State offense that has nowhere near the weapon that Ohio State has. None. No way.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
Yeah, man. We'll see. Mike, did they have an opening line on this one yet?
Ohio State -5.5, according to FanDuel.
I'm taking it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there's
Texas
no way
didn't show me a lot. They showed me a lot of fortitude at the end.
They did in a tight game that they can play in those, but the eye test against the Arizona State team that you lit back into a ball game that you kind of had in hand, it leaves a lot of questions and red flags. I'm taking Ohio State. You can't tell me otherwise right now.
No, you can't.
I feel like I'm gonna throw some ducats at this game.
I
think I'm gonna throw a lot on the Ohio State offense and just what their ability is going to be against this Texas team.
I think they can put it on Texas.
I think they're going to.
I just haven't seen enough from Texas. Seems like every big game Texas played in, they've struggled a little. They did play one of the weaker SEC schedules.
They did,
to be honest.
They did get Georgia, who's a playoff team. So,
got Georgia at home, and Georgia spanked them.
Yeah, no, I know.
Even though it looked a little better in the SEC championship game, but they still got spanked.
Here's
again.
where we are.
Yeah.
Do you
think has not. What the hell is that?
Quick sub.
Oh, they quick sub the offense.
Yep.
No,
they're going for it. They quick sub the offense so the defense could get on.
They're gonna run.
They got too many people on.
They're gonna run it. Riley Leonard's
they had the weight though,
and they're
they got the false start, or not false start, but the offsides, and overthrew them, and a flag. No, you can't call that.
That's got to be false start or offsides or something.
You can't do that.
I don't think you can quick sub like that. I didn't think that was a thing.
I don't know. That was. I
I mean,
Kirby
you-
Smart's calling for something. Kirby Smart is not happy. You can't do that. They
And
called offsides. No,
I don't
way.
think you can do that. I think that's what he's saying. Is you can't be lined up in a formation and then all of a sudden, right before the play clock, change everybody.
I don't know if you can or not. Well,
Uh,
the play
look-
clock wasn't. The play clock wasn't. I mean, they got the offside.
Yeah, they got the offside. But I'm thinking where Kirby is talking about is that you can't freaking do the
Mass
switch.
sub.
I mean, that's a pretty crazy late sub.
That is a very late sub to sub off all 11.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, that should motivate Georgia to fucking
I-
3 and out right here.
That's probably something that the NCAA is going to address tomorrow.
Yeah, I think
It's kind of
so.
like Kenny Pickett a couple of years ago when
Kirby Smart is not happy about it.
he faked the slide.
Yeah,
And they immediately came out and said, no, if you would even fake a slide, you're down right there.
no, and that's true. It should be because it's a detriment to the game when you start doing this fake slide. And shit.
Yeah.
Because-
Especially when you're talking protection of players and stuff like that. I mean, good on him for doing it. But I mean, he scored that touchdown because everybody stopped because he gave the fake. And so everybody lifts up for half a second.
Mm-hmm. Trying to stop this run real. I think I throw.
But
Hypothetically, you're looking at Notre Dame and Penn State. Another team that's surprising right now is Penn State.
I talked you and I texted you yesterday that we're probably going to end up seeing a Penn State, Ohio State daddy. And I'm going to be rooting for Sinkhole, as always.
Nah, you can root for Penn State in this one. Nah, man, you don't have that hate in your heart for Penn State.
I'm anti Big Ten all the way around.
I know
sir.
that. I know, but you're not that anti Penn State that you got to have a preference in this game, sir. I mean, granted, the way we're seeing,
Oh,
damn, he ran for it, got the first down.
yeah, that's ball game, sir.
Not necessary. Oh yeah, maybe.
Riley, you got to slow it down, bro. I know you're hype, but you still got to get back to your hotel. Those Georgia guys will run you over.
Yeah, they will. They're going to take a hit when they get the opportunity. You keep running, they're going to throw 2 guys at a spy.
No, I'm talking about like in their car.
I'll be drinking in the locker room, depressed and pissed. They're going to find him hit with a car.
Yeah. Just run him over. Boom.
Oh man.
How about
Yeah, I think I like Penn State against Notre Dame. Honestly,
I do
just the
too.
way the defense is played. I like the way Penn State matches up against them. It would just force Notre Dame to have to score points, and the way Penn State's turning teams over, it's just the turnover battle is huge in football, as we all know. I think Penn State's going to make their mark against Notre Dame and ultimately find their way into a final that I did not see happening. Because I really thought Georgia's coming out of this game, and it's not looking that way.
No. Well, I mean,
Yeah, Carson Beck's out, so we know we'll address it. And we've said it that we didn't realize how incremental he was to the offense and the way this team rolls, but he's huge. He's a huge part.
Jimmy's huge, bro.
Yeah, get it. So, on to the NFL. We've got a lot of the playoff picture written in stone already. We're headed to, what is considered the favorite time of year. We get to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
First year that Patrick Mahomes hasn't made the Pro Bowl in a while,
Didn't
which he
deserve
didn't
it.
deserve it. Didn't deserve it. I agree.
I mean, I know your record is what your record is, but
It's not because of him. It's that defense.
I'm
The
gonna
defense keeps them in games.
I'm gonna say little striped help work too.
I mean, we'll all say it. I mean, yeah, there's memes out there for a reason.
Yeah,
It's the NFL is actively trying to push this agenda of the Chiefs.
yeah. They're trying to get the 3-peat.
I mean, and okay, let them get there.
It's just
I just don't want to see anything egregious and anything that's game altering, because that's what's a disturbance to the game and the trust of the game, right?
well, they've been on the receiving side of several of those.
Yeah, we're talking a swing of what, 3 or 4 losses probably.
Yeah. Well, the Atlanta one,
Carolina,
the Raiders.
Raiders. There's one more. The Chargers?
I mean, there was a doink field goal in a game.
Denver. Block field goal.
Yeah,
I mean, that wasn't
that
that's
wasn't
not called.
referee help, but I mean,
it's just luck in their direction.
Yeah.
The luck has been there for Kansas City all year.
Yeah.
The fact that they get to be at home the rest of the way is it hurts. I'm tired of it.
the Cincinnati game.
Yeah. I mean
that pass interference was a ticky-tacky pass interference.
Mhm.
Was it technically a pass interference? Yes. But you see that kind of play on receptions every game. A lot that don't get called.
I agree with you.
But anyway, but yeah, most of the playoff thing is that I think the AFC is still waiting on their final member. And it is probably going to be Denver with a win. Thanks to the Chiefs sitting everybody.
Yeah, but that Denver has been so up and down all year. It's really hard to kind of put any kind of trust into, right?
Dude, they're playing the Chiefs starting Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And sitting everybody.
Sitting everybody. Carson Wentz has no weapons.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If Mahomes can barely win with Kelsey and freaking
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you're looking at a second loss that it means nothing. So it's perfectly fine for the Chiefs to sit everybody.
It doesn't hurt them.
Yeah, take 2 bye weeks because that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
Get healthy, get rested up, and get ready for the playoff run.
Yep.
Makes a ton of sense because of where they sit in the division or in the conference. So, yeah, most likely Denver's going to take a win here. And that's ultimately going to clinch them the 7th and final spot. I think what you're looking at is you do have games that are being played, or there's things to be played for, because the AFC North is
It's still up for
obviously
grabs.
still up for grabs. Not exactly, but I mean Bailey Zappi's starting for the Browns this week.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He's not afraid to sling it around.
He's not.
I don't know why they just won't leave Jameis alone.
Well, what's wrong with Jameis being in there?
Nothing. Just leave him alone.
He's
Let him play.
He's not your franchise quarterback.
No.
And if anything, he's been the most successful quarterback in this system all year. Now, is it resulting in wins? No. But he's entertaining.
You're scoring points.
You're scoring points. And, what's the point in throwing Zappy out there against a Baltimore team that can kind of half-ass it?
They kind of can, but at the same time, Pittsburgh owns the tiebreaker, I think. That's why it's an issue.
I mean, the funny thing is, if the Chiefs come out and somehow miraculously beat the Broncos and the Dolphins lose, the Bengals can still get in the playoffs.
I wouldn't want to play the Bengals right now at all.
No. That's
all.
one of the scariest offensive teams right now, and the defense has finally come around to where it's not ass
bad
like it's been in the past.
Well, I sent you a text last week, and I was like, dude, if the Bengals somehow make it to the playoffs, is Joe Burrow your MVP? You said no.
Because it's got to be statistically great from the end, or from the start to the end, and result in W's, right? So now, if you break it down to what an MVP means, I agree with you.
He's statistically right there too.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you statistically break it down to what an MVP means to a team, then yes, I agree. However, voters don't do that. They look at the win-loss record, they look at the stats, and they look at where you place in the playoffs. And Burrow's just not going to be part of the conversation because of it. And that's not fair to him because he's had a phenomenal fucking year.
Burrow finishes third in the MVP.
Yeah.
It's going to be Lamar, Allen, Burrow.
Saquon
is going to be fourth, but Saquon will win Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be. I think they'll still allow him to finish third, and that's simply because of the record of the Eagles. Because of how much he's meant to the offense and how much he's meant to this team turn around what was an abysmal finish to last year.
It was an abysmal finish last year because they got away from doing what they were doing.
Well, no, Swift could have been that guy that you should have done.
Swift was that guy.
Well, he was.
And then they stopped.
Yeah.
They got too
pass
cute.
happy.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
I certainly agree. But I'm telling you, this is the whole reason they went out and got Saquon, and that's why I ultimately think he'll finish third in the race. This is Josh Allen's things to lose, I think.
I think Josh gets it. Just Lamar's already got two.
Yeah. But really, ultimately, if
Saquon had
look at it, I think he's better than Josh. I'd much rather have Josh Allen than Lamar Jackson.
Lamar's doing something this year that I didn't think he could do.
He's throwing the ball well.
He is throwing the ball fantastic.
I agree. No, he's changed his game a little bit.
His interceptions are way down.
Yeah.
I mean, to have 40 touchdown passes and only, 4 interceptions? Maybe 5?
If you go back and look at his interceptions, too, they're all tipped.
Yeah, it's not like he's throwing the ball.
He's not throwing it into bad coverage or anything like that. It's weird. I mean,
I did see that Baltimore does have, as far as their receivers getting space and being open, that they are more open than any other team.
Mm-hmm.
But are they more open because of the addition of Derrick Henry?
Absolutely.
And the running prowess of Lamar?
Yes.
So, I mean, you got to kind of keep an eye. Every passing play. Just because he's dropping back doesn't mean he's throwing it.
No. Because he has the ability to get out of the pocket and make plays with his legs. That's what happens. And, I mean, I'm not trying to sell Lamar Jackson short of anything.
No, he's played fantastic.
I'm just telling you, this is the year of Josh Allen. And I really like the Bills' chances to be in the Super Bowl this year.
If there's a franchise that needs one. You know, if I had to pick Super Bowls, I don't think this will happen. I'd love to see a Detroit-Buffalo. After watching that game a couple of weeks ago.
I can't say it, though, because
I know you can, and I know why.
And I don't know why you would want to see Detroit in there.
Because my team's won one. Detroit's never won anything.
I don't care. I had to wait 52 years. I mean, I'm not even 52 years old, but my old man had to wait 52 years for a Super Bowl.
That's because you pulled for the Eagles.
Born into it, brother. This is what it is.
I mean, I can't say much. We ain't won one since 2011. So,
more recent than Cowboys.
Yes, sir. Hey, matter of fact, you want to be honest? We won 2 since the Cowboys have.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Is like,
I'm saying entertainment value.
I understand the importance of a game like that.
I mean, I'd love to see another 48-42 shootout.
I mean, no, they're entertaining. But I mean, defensively, and especially as the DC, you're like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Well, I mean, Detroit's defense is just obliterated.
I think that's where your issue is going to come because the Lions get off the bad starts now, too. And in the playoffs, when you're playing these higher echelon teams, that's going to be a detriment to what could really happen, especially if you play a team with a solidified defense.
Yeah.
I mean, you play. No one wants to play the Rams right now.
Nobody wants to play the Rams.
No,
right
you
now.
don't want to play the Rams.
I don't think. I
mean, the Vikings defense doesn't even look bad. You saw them last week against Green Bay.
Tampa's not going to be an easy out.
No.
I hate to say this, Washington's not going to be an easy out. like I would. It's crazy to say this, but I feel like
Washington's defense can be had the same way Detroit can be right now. So I think if you're able to put up points like the Lions, I don't think a team like the Commanders are going to scare the Lions.
I just think the NFC stuff is a little closer than I feel the AFC stuff.
Yeah, definitely. You have 3 teams in the AFC that you're really looking at.
Yeah. Baltimore, Buffalo, Kansas City.
Yeah.
I think Houston, it's not going to surprise me if Houston gets bounced in the first round. Like, I don't even think it's not going to surprise me if they lose their home game.
I think your dark horse in the AFC is going to be Los Angeles.
Yeah. I could buy that.
Yeah.
I could buy into that.
Because the Chargers can come out and they can beat anybody head to head. Any of these teams. I think the Chargers can compete with them. Thing is, though, the Chargers also have their days off, and that's what makes it very hard to predict. But if the Chargers are playing some of their best football, they're going to go head to head against any of these teams, especially those 3 we just talked about.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is, if somehow Cincinnati sneaks in there, that's scary.
I mean, what the scary part about Cincinnati sneaking in is they're your 7th seed.
Yes, exactly.
They're playing the number 2 seed. They're playing Buffalo.
Right. And that's
granted in Buffalo.
In Buffalo, but Cincinnati has no trouble with the weather. They're used to this shit. That's not a big deal. Now you take a team that is used to playing in a dome situation like Houston, that could be a big deal. But every other one of these teams outside of the Chargers, I mean, they're used to playing out in the cold.
Well,
that's nothing.
Buffalo is going to be playing either Denver, Miami, Cincinnati. It's going to be one of those 3.
Yeah.
All Denver's got to do is win, and it doesn't matter. Which, if they don't win, something is wrong.
Well, I mean, I think there's already something wrong in Denver. So it wouldn't surprise me if you just saw something crazy happen. But at the same time, Kansas City has nothing to play for in this game.
None.
So it should be a win for the Broncos, and that means the prayers need to be in masses for Cincinnati and Miami in order to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Everything's wrapped up in the NFC except for the NFC South. You got Tampa Bay and Atlanta that are vying for that
NFC
last
North
spot.
It's also still up.
Well, yeah, I meant playoff-wise. Sorry.
Yeah, playoff. Everybody's in.
But no, Detroit and Minnesota are also vying for the number 1 spot here.
Yep.
Whoever wins this game gets the 1 seed. Yep. And the other is going to finish at 5.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Absolutely.
I was looking at my team. We're 11
so
and 5.
You're looking
We're
at
in
a
the
bye.
playoffs.
You're looking at a bye, and you're looking at matching up against the Packers or Washington, depending on how things pan out.
Well, the Packers, my team, looking at their record, 11 and 5. Their losses are to Minnesota, Detroit, and the Eagles.
Yeah.
That's who they've lost to. They can beat everybody but those guys, which is.
And the thing is, you played the Eagles the very first week of the year. So, I mean, both teams have progressed since then. So
it wasn't a terrible game.
No, it was a good game. And it was played out of the country.
Yeah. Robbed you guys of a home game, correct?
Yes. Very unfortunate. Luckily, we don't have any of those next year.
Yeah.
But this year.
I don't like those out of country.
I don't, because it robs one of the teams of a home game. Yes, you get all the proceeds and everything from the game, but still, no one wants that shit.
No one cares. I'd rather sit at home, watch my team play.
Yeah. Continue to send Jacksonville and all these other.
Ooh. It is official.
It is official. Notre Dame has won. Their 13th win this season. Also, let you know that means they have not won a national championship.
Please. Please.
Well, they don't play a conference final, so.
It's just funny to me that, have you heard the Manti interview where he's talking about, when they played Alabama in that national championship game and they went into that game undefeated? And they're kind of that they were going to be the last to run out.
Oh, no. Yeah, I remember, and Alabama came out.
And Alabama came out, and they're just doing their thing, and normal, and
and he knew it.
then
knew
the
it right
crowd, like everyone behind him, kind of got quiet, and he just turned and looked, and everybody, he's like,
Scared
yeah.
to
At
death.
that moment, we knew that it wasn't going to be. I knew it wasn't going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have been in that game anyway.
I told you about that game, right?
Yeah, about the big bet.
I gave a guy 14 points in that game.
I'd have gave 14 points all day too.
I was like, you can have 14 points. Bet him $100. I was like, and I'll give you 14. The spread was like 5. I was like, I'll give you 4. I'll give you
bro.
4. I'll give you 14.
What was that? Was that?
I was like, Bama's going to crush. Bama. That Mark Ingram was the running back of that game.
was that a Brady Quinn game? Was that or that was after? I know who that was. That was the Golick Jr. year.
It was 07, right? 08, somewhere in there.
Something like that.
No,
I thought it was later than that.
That might have been 09 or 10.
I think it's later than that.
Was it? No, you might be right. We were talking 11, 12. The more I think about it, I think it's 11, 12 because it's Mark Ingram.
Yep.
So that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. That was the easiest $100 I ever made. Anyways, looking at the NFC, of course, the winner of the Lions-Minnesota matchup this weekend.
13, by the way.
13. Damn, that's off. That's bad.
Brian Kelly was Notre Dame's coach.
Man, not surprising.
Yeah.
Winner of the Lions and Vikings matchup will be the 1 seed.
Will?
Where's this game at?
I think it's in Detroit.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter, both dome teams.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, it's home field advantage for Detroit. Detroit's got everything on the line here. So, and the thing is, you're looking at a bye. So, if you're looking at it from a fan aspect and me being a Birds fan, I would much rather have to play through Minnesota than play through Detroit. Just, that's my opinion. But
dude, I think Detroit's going to be a rowdy place to be.
it will be, very much so. As it should
Rowdy.
be. This is a fan base that's been thirsty for a while, and here's their opportunity. I think you see big things happening.
Dude,
I like Detroit's chances here. I think Detroit might even win by 10 or more.
I think it's going to be close.
I think it'll be
Detroit.
close early.
I think Detroit still
away.
wins. I think it's going to be close all the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean,
So what's the spread on this one? 2.5?
I think so.
I think I saw it earlier. I think it's 2.
See, ESPN says. Ooh, and it's the Sunday night game.
Yeah, absolutely should be.
3 points.
3 points. Okay, so it's gone up. I think the opening line was. I'm taking Lions by.
Lions by 3.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it stays close.
I like the Lions -3. Especially since this one where you're gonna have everybody available. Everybody's playing. There's so much importance to this one. Yeah, you're playing for a week off, which is huge. Yeah, especially at the NFL level. People want this.
Ooh. The Baltimore spread at ESPN Bet is 20.5.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I get it that Baltimore has something to play for here. Because Pittsburgh owns the tiebreaker, right?
Pittsburgh owns the tiebreaker at the moment. Yes.
Yeah. So
But
if Pittsburgh wins and Baltimore wins, Baltimore ultimately is in because they have one less loss. But if Baltimore somehow loses this game,
think they're covering 20?
no. No, because even if it gets out, if
it
gets to 14 and it's late in the second half or it's at the beginning of the second half, they're going to pull back.
They're going to pull everybody.
They're going to pull everybody. And run
As
out.
they should.
Yeah. Give them as much rest as possible. Because you're going to play in the first week of the playoffs no matter what.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh is going to get everything Cincinnati has.
Yes.
Everything.
Oh, yeah. Cincinnati's playing for everything.
I mean, the sad part is Cincinnati will know before they ever play if they are playing for anything. That's the sad part. Well, no, they play first. They play on Saturday.
Oh, they play Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's what both the matchups are. The AFC North matchups are
Both Saturday?
Are both Saturday games.
Good. They should be. I mean, I like it when it's that way because then you don't have anybody just sitting people because they know they can cruise.
Yep.
Make it as competitive as possible if you need to. It's all about the ratings, isn't it? So,
I'm pretty sure Green Bay will be sitting people. They have nothing to play for. I mean, they're already locked into the playoffs, I think, no matter what.
I think Green Bay has to play for something because you're playing for the difference in a 6-7 matchup or the 6-7 seed, right? So, do you want to play the Eagles or do you want to play the Rams? On the road, I'd much rather play the Rams on the road.
Then why win?
Because you can be the 6.
Yeah. I don't know,
Because
man.
you need the Commanders to lose. Granted, they're playing Dallas, but this is Dallas' Super Bowl. It's the last game of the year. They're going to play everything they got.
Yeah, we're playing the Bears, so it shouldn't be that bad anyway.
I mean, if you both win, Washington's going to get the 6 anyway.
Yeah. They both play at 1 o'clock, too, so. Atlanta's going to be playing hard. Washington's playing hard. Green Bay's playing hard. Houston doesn't really matter. They can do whatever. They've wrapped up the division. So
Yeah.
dude, this week's schedule isn't very great. Like, I mean,
It's not very better friendly.
I mean, Buffalo is already locked in at the 2, so does it matter
No,
that they're playing New England?
no. And they can beat them with their backups.
Probably. Kind of way I feel about Philly and the Giants.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Philly could still win this game this weekend.
You know,
Playing everybody as a backup. It's not a big deal.
dude,
I mean, it's why it's not an important game, but it's also one you don't want to bet because you don't know the product that's going to be on the field for the Birds.
how shitty would that be if the Giants won? And I'm saying it from a Giants perspective, is you're trying to get yourself in position to get yourself quarterback of the team. And you just keep winning stupid, meaningless late games. Like, I get that you're professionals and you want to win, but at the same time, as a owner and as a
Well, you're looking at the product on the field in the future at this point because right now this season's a wrap.
yeah,
But 3-14 or 4-13, there's no difference outside of your draft pick.
when you go from fighting for the first pick to now probably being 5th or 6th, and then if you win win this game, you're going to drop back to 10th.
Yeah, because I mean, really, what is Cleveland, Tennessee, or New England playing for?
New
Right.
England's not playing for a quarterback. New England is sitting in the bird seat. Like, I would New England.
If I'm New England, I take the L, and then I'm able to trade out, and I'm able to do what I want.
Yeah.
Because I know I got the quarterback of the future, or at least I feel that way right now.
Oh yeah, you know.
And I
they
want
feel
to
that
build
way.
around this guy. And Drake Mays looked the part, especially for a rookie with no weapons. You can't say much more about it.
Dude, they could trade out to 3, trade out. To
And you're
4.
talking three first rounders, probably.
Dude, could they end up with a situation where they get Travis Hunter and another top 10 pick
Yeah.
in the same year? I mean, pretty crazy.
But this is the thing: is if New England loses and the Giants win, New England's the 1 pick.
Yeah. I would run whoever wants that number 1 pick over the Colts. You know the Giants want a quarterback. Shador's going to be gone, and Ward will be gone by the time they draft.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to win this football game. Not when you're solely squared to take the 1 pick. Right now, you have it. Right,
Yeah.
even with the win last week, you still have it because your conference record is 1-10, and the Patriots' conference record is.
Well, let's run through these games, the slate for the weekend. See what we feel bet wise. It's going to be
betting.
I'm not going to.
I'm not betting this weekend.
I might bet on games that actually matter.
Well, here's one aspect that we haven't talked about, and I think we should talk about. Okay, and there's a lot of players out here that are vying for bonuses,
A lot, sir.
and it comes down to the last week for some bonuses. I think Mike Evans is in for one, which of course he's playing in a meaningful game, so he's going to be out there anyway.
Yeah,
There's
Mike Evans is looking for his 60 catch, 1,000-yard bonus, which if he gets is $3 million.
Yeah,
And Baker's going to have no problem throwing to him. Baker
No.
loves throwing to that guy.
yeah, he does absolutely. Mike Evans has had another career year.
He's going to have another 1,000-yard season.
Yeah. He already does, I think.
I mean, future Hall of Famer, bro.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
Future Hall of Famer.
No, he does not have 1,000. He's at 915.
He'll get it.
He needs 85 yards.
He'll get it.
85 yards and a touchdown, I think, is for $3 million.
Yep. I'm sure he'll get
It's
it.
against the Saints defense, so it's looking good for him.
Hey, it'll be just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, the spread on that game is
I think Baker's
13
playing
and a half.
for something minuscule. I mean, minuscule in comparison. I think it's like for his 40th touchdown, he gets 200,000.
yeah.
But so those are the ones you want to look at. You want to look at these guys. Geno Smith with a win makes a certain amount of money,
Yeah.
and I think a certain amount of yardage. Geno Smith will get some money, even though he's eliminated from the playoff contention. There's still dollars on the line for Geno Smith to succeed this week.
There is.
Yeah.
It was like Zach Ertz hitting all his bonuses last week in the overtime. He got his reception bonus, he got his touchdown bonus, and he got his yards bonus, which was
Exactly.
another $750,000.
Crazy. $750K.
Boom. And it was the drive in overtime that got him all three. But man,
Here we go. I got a list of the biggest incentives.
yep,
Mike Evans needs 5 receptions
yep,
and 85 receiving yards for $3 million.
he gets that.
Geno
Easily.
Smith needs 185 yards passing,
He gets that.
$2 million.
He gets that.
DeAndre Hopkins needs a touchdown, 6 receptions, and 140 yards for $750K. That's going to be tough, but I think he's out there today. He's going to be out there this weekend. Didn't he end up with 2 bye weeks after getting traded?
Something like
I
that.
think he's going to be out there.
Well, the thing is, like
Kyler Murray with 1 rushing touchdown and 50 yards, $750K. Derrick Henry with 1 touchdown makes $500,000.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing for something.
Yeah, he's playing for something.
Cortland Sutton needs 82 receiving yards for $500,000. Cortland
he'll
Sutton,
get it.
he's playing. Tony Pollard needs 83 rushing yards for $250,000.
He's playing.
Joe Mixon, 107 yards will make $250,000.
I wouldn't play.
But what when you got a guy that's that close, $250K is a big chunk,
Yeah, but you're also looking at a guy that's very important in your offense.
right?
Granted, I don't think they're going anywhere in the playoffs. The way they've played the last couple of weeks,
Yeah.
no. Shroud.
New Orleans is out of it, but Valdez Scantling needs a touchdown for $250K. J.K. Dobbins needs 58 rushing yards for $150K. I think you let him go out there for a half and see if he can pull it off.
Maybe.
Why not?
Who they got this week? Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Von Miller needs a sack for $1.5 million.
He's not playing.
Probably not.
He's not.
You might let him play a quarter and see, hey, if you can get the sack here, go ahead. But $1.5 million?
We'll give you a quarter. If you get it, cool. If not, you sit.
Yeah, Mike Evans, we already talked about, right?
Mike is getting hits.
Yeah.
Baker's going to get hit.
Yeah.
I think Geno Smith is going to get his.
See the other high end ones.
Sutton will probably get his.
Yeah. Let's see. Buffalo has a lot of incentives in theirs. Von Miller with the sack. Taron Johnson needs an interception for $250,000. Dawson Knox needs 8 receptions and 89 receiving yards for $200,000.
He ain't getting that.
I don't think so.
He ain't getting that.
Daquan Jones needs at least a sack for half a sack for $250K. Cincinnati need Mike Gesicki. This one I think you get right off the rip, right? You find Gesicki for 3 yards. He needs 3 yards for $125K. I draw.
Where's he, Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gesicki, I mean, Burrow's going to find a way to get him 3 yards.
Yeah, he's going to find a way to get 3
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah.
You know, he's been in his ear all week. Hey, man, I just need 3 yards.
Yeah.
Give me 3 yards, and
We're good.
we're good.
We're good. I mean, yeah, we want to win. We want to get there. But
You give me one for 3 yards, and then T. Higgins and Jamar Chase can have the rest of them.
Find them all day for me. It's fine. I'm going to try to get open for you, but I just need these 3.
Sad part is he'll probably be the one open.
Right.
He could be the dude that ends up with 80 yards this weekend.
Do we have anything that ridiculous? I'm thinking like Gesicki's. That's money right there. That's a good bet.
I think it's 100% a good bet. I like
Zach Ertz has 3 different incentives that can equal $750K.
That was from last week. Because it's the 6 touchdowns.
He needs 9. He needs 9 receptions for $250K.
I think that was last week.
This is this week. I'm looking at it right now.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah, he posted 7 hours ago.
I thought he got all those bonuses last week.
No, it's this week. These might be the incremental.
The
ones.
next level?
Yeah. So if he gets 9 receptions, $250K.
Okay.
90 yards, $250K.
Okay.
And 2 touchdowns, $250K.
I swore that last week. But okay. I believe
No, because this still has the Tony Pollard stuff on here too.
Okay.
And Mike Evans is the same as the last one I read. So yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing is as ridiculous as the Gesicki he's set up. He needs 3 yards.
3 yards, dude. Fuck, I could get that dude 3 yards.
Yeah. J.K. Dobbins needs 58 rushing yards for $150K. So we already talked about that, which is there for him.
It's there. He might get it. I would throw him out for a half. I mean, you're already locked in at where they're at. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they can improve their season.
No. So if Linval Joseph for Dallas gets a sack, it's $100K. That's probably the next closest thing. And if anything, I mean, he has the opportunity to do it. But
I don't know why. There's some players on Dallas that I don't know why they would be playing. Like, honestly, why would Micah Parsons be playing in that game? Other than like some kind of stupid incentive bonus.
there's nothing there. Nothing that's showing up on paper here.
Now, I mean, he blows a knee, ACL, MCL. He does something crazy like that.
Doesn't it? Doesn't
Doesn't in his career, but it loses a year.
It will lose a year.
I mean, he's still playing on his rookie deal.
Yeah. But now we're talking
money. That's my point. I mean, if I'm him, I'm like, why do I really need to play in this game?
I think he's leaving. He's not going to stay.
You don't think he's going to stay there?
I don't think they're going to be able to afford him.
They'll find a way.
I mean, if you find a way, but you just set yourself up for failure later.
They're not letting that dude walk out. They already set themselves up for favor with it as long as they waited to do the fucking 2 deals they did this year.
Yeah.
And honestly, you overpaid one of them. Honestly, you probably overpaid both of them. I mean, I know that's the going rate for the number one. I get it. But $35 million for a wide receiver is crazy money.
But yeah, this isn't really much of a betting weekend for you in the NFL. It's very hard to really place anything here because, let's be real. I mean, you don't know who's playing. You don't know how long they're playing. Your player props are effed up. Spread's going to be effed up.
Yeah.
It's just a tough bet to really make any kind of predictions.
Well, like I said, the Baltimore is 20.5. The Denver KC is Denver is a 10.5 point favorite in that game. Yeah. Tampa is a 13.5 point favorite. Green Bay is a 10 point favorite.
Yeah. So, I mean,
in meaningless games.
Yeah.
I mean, Green Bay's game's not meaningless, but it just determines where they're going to go play on the road.
I mean, Green Bay fortunately has the Bears.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to take like a Green Bay money line, okay. Is it going to pay out a lot? No, not with a 10 point spread.
No.
Right? So it's not super important. But
I do like Carolina plus 7.5 against Atlanta.
That's a pretty solid spread, I think, especially for the way Carolina's playing.
They haven't been playing terrible.
Except last week. Tampa Bay was playing for the world last week. So
Yeah, I just
Tampa Bay has an easy matchup this week. Atlanta, not as much.
No.
So Atlanta can wrap this thing up. Bucks can wrap this thing up. Sorry.
they need to. They need to. It wouldn't surprise me if they came out hard and hammered them. If they got up big, if they started pulling their guys too. I would.
The 13
because they'll know. They'll know. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, if Atlanta loses,
Well, they both play at 1, right?
yeah, Tampa. Yeah, they do. I thought it was the last 425 game. But no,
No.
they do play at 1.
Here's the thing: Cincinnati will know because Browns and Ravens.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Cincinnati won't know.
No,
You're
Cincinnati,
right. No.
it's going to be balls. All in.
Baltimore will ultimately know. This could be a runaway game for Cincinnati. I'd say you hold off, watch
No.
the Baltimore game.
Pittsburgh will know.
Well, yeah. Excuse me. That's what I meant.
If Baltimore beats
Sorry.
Cleveland,
If
Pittsburgh will
Baltimore
know
beat-
they're not playing for anything better.
Right. So then that leaves the Bengals spread to expand, right? So I'm thinking watch the first half of the Ravens Browns, see where that one lays, then get you a bet in real quick for the Bengals.
Yep.
Watch that spread for the Bengals. Because at 2.5 right now, that's solid. That's something you want to take. If the Ravens end up winning, getting them at 2.5 is going to be a luxury and instant money because the Bengals are going to run away with this one. If the
Pittsburgh's got nothing to play for.
yeah, if they've got nothing to play for. So that's something to make easy cheese with. Philly's only a 3-point favorite, obviously, because we know we're sitting the birds are sitting everybody, right? So the funny thing is that they still expect the birds to win. Mainly probably because the Giants probably would need to sit people. Like, what's Malik Neighbors playing for?
He's not really playing for anything. Playing for pride at the moment. That's it.
It's not play for an injury.
Do rookies not have like incentives in their contracts too? I'm sure.
I don't think they do.
You don't think they do at all?
I didn't read off one rookie to you. I don't think there's incentives in those contracts at all because you can't really negotiate anything.
Well, they're
because the
all
rookie deals are standard.
guaranteed.
They're all standardized deals.
Yeah.
So those standardized deals are there. That's
There
it.
are some language that they argue about sometimes. Like the language Bosa argued about in his rookie contract.
I think you can have some kind of negotiation.
There's some
in the contracts,
some
but
language in there that they can
that
negotiate.
you can work with, but I think the majority of it, especially money wise, there's nothing really to negotiate. Your pick, your position, and that dictates the money that you're going to get at your position.
How fucking jacked is that dude still?
Who, Tebow?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Tebow's still hitting the gym.
Look at that fucking
Yeah, he's a fucking beast.
God dang, son. Yep, get that Sugar Bowl trophy. So fucking lame. I get the bowl stuff,
Have to do it,
but it's lame.
Yeah, I get you. All right, so really, I'm thinking of other games to bet. Commanders have something to play for. Packers have something to play for. They both play at 1.
Yep,
makes sense because they're vying for the same playoff position.
Yep.
Washington's a 6-point favorite on the road in Dallas. Dallas is 2-6 at home. I
like Washington.
I like Washington because they're going to come out and play for the seeding. They don't want to play Philly again.
Nope.
And Commanders hold the tiebreaker over Green Bay for the positioning.
Yep.
Packers should
because
dismantle the Bears because Green Bay owns Cincinnati or Chicago. Sorry.
Oh yes, they do.
So
I like the Green Bay -10 because they got to play.
They got to play. Yeah, and they need to lay it all on the line. So, I think you'll see.
Yeah,
I think you see the Pack run away with this one. Yeah, tickets to AT&T Stadium are only $14.
Look at Tennessee Houston tickets.
$5. Nice.
$5 there.
$5 gets you in the door. You can probably move yourself down because no one gives a shit about this game.
$5 in Nashville.
In the old Nissan Stadium. That thing's getting upgraded soon.
No, they're building.
Yeah, I know. You've talked to me.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to that.
I'll come out and visit you a weekend because I fucking love Nashville.
I have volunteered for that stuff, buddy.
Mm-hmm. I will come out. We'll do it up. It's fun. It's a good. I love Nashville.
It's not above me to go to work hungover.
No, it is not.
It's not.
I've seen you. I've heard you. Everything hung over there.
You know,
Get it done.
it's been a minute, but I'm not afraid of it. Yeah, I mean, really, once you get past the afternoon slate, the Denver game matters.
Yeah, no Monday night game this week, by the way.
Nope.
Just so you know. And we finish up Vikings and Lions. The Lions are a 3-point favorite, as we spoke earlier. Tickets to this game, $349.
I like Detroit -3 and the over.
Detroit -3, the over 56.5. I love it. That's a solid pick. Our pick last week did not hit, unfortunately, because Texas fucked us.
Texas did.
Well, actually, we got
Notre Dame fucked us.
Notre Dame fucked us. Actually, we picked against everything but Ohio State.
I mean,
we took Pitt.
we took Penn State money line, but we also took Boise to cover.
Yeah,
which
that didn't
they
happen
did
either.
not.
Unfortunate events there on the bets there. I did hit some good bets though. Started.
Dude, I'll be honest. I didn't really bet a whole lot.
I did.
I'm on a cooler right now, and it's driving me crazy.
I hit a $10 bet for $355 this week.
I mean, I did win like a little bit of money out the Monday night game. A little bit, but not a lot. But anyway, sir, anything else you want to talk about other than the champ was here?
The champ is here. I just want everybody to know that. We'll keep that up, just so you know. I want to cover this bet real quick. No, it's not. College basketball, we are getting ready to get into our conference slate of games.
I don't know what that sport is.
Team is struggling.
Yeah, especially when they lose to Louisville.
No one wants to lose to Louisville.
Nobody.
No, I know that.
But yet somebody bet on Louisville, which shocked me.
What?
You actually bet on Louisville.
I did. Oh, in basketball?
No, in football.
Or in football. Yeah, I did bet on Louisville.
I was shocked by that when you sent it to me. I was like,
yeah.
Louisville? Question mark?
That's what hit, though.
I know, but I know your hate for that team. It was the fact that you bet on them.
Dude, that 2-point conversion, though, was fucking had me sweating. Luckily, they stopped it. I was like, no, don't blow this game.
Dude, I was like, what?
But it just,
what?
I was looking at like who's playing for who sat out, who stayed in.
I get it.
It just made sense.
I get it, but at the same time, it was one of those like,
this asshole's betting on Louisville.
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly my thing. I was like, what? I know you and your hate. So when you show me something like that, I'm like, what's he know that I don't know?
Yeah, exactly.
What's he know that I don't know?
I told you to take the bet. I gave it to you before it was up there.
Nah, I fucking did. I was doing shit.
All right. Well, this weekend, like I did mention, we have a slate of games starting the conference, starting Saturday.
Yep.
Florida and Kentucky open the weekend at 11 a.m. What a tip-off, right?
11 a.m.?
11 a.m. in Lexington.
On Saturday?
Florida at Kentucky.
Oof.
Florida is the 6th-ranked team. They're undefeated, 13-0 on the year. Kentucky's 11-2. Notable losses, of course.
Yeah.
They lost to Ohio State and Clemson. They lost on the road to Clemson, an Elite Eight team last year.
Yeah.
So, Ohio State, that was a question mark because, I mean, they got blown out by Ohio State, which is very, very disappointing. I will say, have you looked at the SEC standings?
I did. You sent me that, and I was like, what? And then I started looking, who the fuck are some of these teams play? Because I know some of these guys, they ain't played shit.
They didn't play nobody. I just want to let you know that no team in the SEC has lost more than 3 games yet.
And nobody's played anybody.
South Carolina is the worst amongst them with 3 losses. They're 10-3.
Oh, Ole Miss has 2 losses.
South Carolina lost to North Florida. They did lose to a ranked Xavier. They ended up knocking off Clemson. And they lost to a ranked Indiana team.
Well, I'm looking at Ole Miss. All right. They're sitting there.
They're number 24.
Right,
They're 11-2.
Their losses are to Purdue and Memphis.
Memphis has been legit, but Memphis blew them out.
Look at the rest of their schedule. Long Island, Grambling, South Alabama, Colorado State, Oral Roberts, BYU.
Now, BYU's nothing to scoff at. They're
I
okay.
can't say that Louisville's anything to scoff at considering.
They trounced fucking Louisville.
Okay. Then they played Lindenwood.
Who?
Yeah, my point. Southern Miss, Southern, and Queens.
Queens.
Okay. So they haven't played dick all.
They
bro.
handled Louisville at Louisville better than they did Queens at home.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Where the fuck is Queens at? That
My big shocker is Mississippi State.
who have they played?
They lost to Butler, but they beat a hot Memphis team. But they haven't played anybody outside of Pitt.
That's what I'm saying. Like some of these SEC schools are like a little inflated.
They are right
Some.
now. I mean,
It'll work its way out
yeah, it will.
during the season.
But I mean, you look at a Georgia Bulldogs team; they're 12-1. Now they did lose their one. They did lose to Marquette, who was 15 at the time. They did beat St. John's, who was ranked at the time, but they haven't played shit outside of that. Outside of Notre Dame, they destroyed Notre Dame.
Notre Dame ain't all that.
Well, they're not, obviously.
Yeah, I saw your thing when you said it. And I was like, man, they haven't played anybody. Half these things, I know the upper echelon. I know Tennessee's played some people. I know Auburn's played some people. I know Alabama's played some people.
The weakest team in this conference is supposed to be Vandy. They're 12-1. But if you look at your schedule, that kind of explains.
They haven't played anybody.
Right.
Stackhouse still the coach there?
No.
They fired?
Yep.
What do they expect?
It's Vandy.
Fuck
You
it.
got terrible admissions and requirements for education purposes there. It's rough. I will say the most surprising conference is the ACC.
Dude, they're down.
They've got one ranked team.
They are down and down bad.
I mean, I think Clemson of all teams should be ranked. They're 11-3. They have taken some bad L's, but they have good W's on the resume too.
Yeah.
Now, the loss to South Carolina, who knows? Maybe they did play. They did play in Columbia, so that's nothing. But they did beat a hot Kentucky team at the time.
Yeah.
They did lose to Boise State on the road, mind you. So not that Boise State's anything to write home about in basketball, but road games are road games.
Yeah.
And those things, I mean, especially when you bring in a team that has had the success as Clemson has as of late, it makes sense. But you look at some of these other teams that you had a little bit more expectations for, like Miami, for instance, where Larinaga ultimately retired.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sitting at the bottom of the ACC in win-loss record-wise.
Florida State.
Yeah. Florida
Sitting
State,
at 9-4.
Yeah, you would
North
expect
Carolina's
more.
definitely been a disappointment for me.
8-6. And then Louisville's much improved year over year.
Yeah. But I mean, they're still only 9-5 overall.
But I mean, SMU, look at SMU right now. They're 2-0 in the conference already, and they're 11-2 overall.
I bet you they played nobody though.
No, I mean, they played Virginia, who ultimately, like, Virginia's not the same Virginia they used to.
No. They lost to Mississippi State. That's who they lost to.
Yeah.
And Butler.
Mississippi State team is
And their sweet ass wins are against Tarleton State, Florida A&M.
Do you know who the coach for Tarleton State is?
No, I do not.
Or it used to be the coach for Tarleton State. It looks like Andy Enfield is now.
Who used to be?
Oh,
that
never
coach?
mind. Oh, no, that's SMU. Hold on. Let me see if it'll tell me. I'm trying to find.
SMU is hang on, I know this one. It was a guy that surprised he's an alum. That's the only reason he took the job.
At Tarleton State?
No, at SMU.
You already know SMU. I just said it. Andy Enfield.
Oh, I thought that was
I need to verify that he's. Yeah, he's still the head coach there. Okay. So you have any guess who it is?
Tarleton State?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
He used to coach Kentucky.
Is that where Tubby Smith is?
No,
Who's after
I
Tubby?
think it was a short stint.
It was the guy after Tubby. It was not Calvin Sampson because Calvin's in Houston.
No,
It is why am I having a brain fart?
Billy Gillespie.
Oh, really?
Yep.
My how the mighty have fallen.
I mean, he fell while he was in Kentucky. He was awful.
Yeah, but that job was too big for him.
It was way too big. No, it's just
Way too big for him. That explains why they suck.
Yep. Now, I mean, in their division or conference or whatever, they're a legit opponent. But when they play the bigger dogs, it's a tough.
Now I'm sitting here, but I'm looking through SMU's like schedule, and it, like, good God, sir,
It's pitiful.
who is CA Baptist?
California.
I guess, but they only won by 2.
How
How they win that game by 2, and they go to Boston College and win 107 or 103-77.
difference between the hot and the cold shooting night, apparently.
Apparently, bro.
Yeah.
Lord. They smoked teams, and then they played those guys like that. What? California Baptist. I didn't know they had Baptists in California.
Tell you, probably the 2 best teams that I've seen play right now are Tennessee and Auburn. Both in the SEC. They're both rolling.
I've watched Tennessee play. They looked really good.
They do.
I got to see Auburn play.
You know where Tennessee's going to finish this year, though? Outside of a Final Four.
Bro, they're inside that top 12.
That's okay. What did I tell you? I'm telling you right here first. Tennessee will finish outside of the Final Four.
Possibly. I'm not going to argue it.
Because what have I said about Rick Barnes?
You say he's not a good coach, but I'm going
I'd
to
I never said he's not a good coach. I said he's overrated.
Not overrated, bud.
He's overrated. Overrated. They talk about Rick Barnes like he's some like historical coach.
Let me ask you this.
But what has he done? He's made one Final Four run in his entire career.
Before Jim Boeheim actually finally won one with Carmelo Anthony,
Mm-hmm.
would you have said he was overrated?
Yes, absolutely. He's just a historical coach in the aspect that he was at Syracuse for so long.
I get that.
Like you thought, like
But Rick Barnes has been successful
Syracuse
at multiple
and Boeheim
locations.
were synonymous, right? That's what you thought about.
Yeah.
But you don't think that with Rick Barnes. You don't think Tennessee and Rick Barnes. Think Texas and Rick Barnes.
You
but
think
there's also
Oklahoma
Tennessee.
being undefeated is like a shocker?
That's impressive. Especially for what was thought about the Oklahoma basketball program coming into the year. So
You look at that schedule, it doesn't surprise you.
no, they didn't play anything.
They
I
did
will
beat
say-
a ranked Michigan.
I will say the recovery of UConn basketball is impressive. Ever since the Maui, they've turned shit around. Now, have they played anybody? No.
They've got a guy hurt too. Looks like they may have lost him for the season.
Ooh, there's that.
I just saw that in like headlines.
Okay. Of course, as football wraps up, we'll dig more college basketball.
Yeah,
'cause
we'll
that's
get
what we
all
do.
into that.
But the bread and butter around here is the NFL and college.
Oh, where was it?
But I mean, if you count the number of SEC top 25, it's
McNeely.
remarkable.
Set for MRI after a hurting ankle. Counting.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico State fires their AD today.
Did they?
Holy shit. Gonzaga plane avoids runway collision at LAX. Oh, bueno.
No. Well, just in both the AP and the BPI, or a coach's poll. Sorry, not BPI. 10 SEC teams.
I get it. That'll shake out, though. That'll shake out.
Would
The-
that
the-
make
the
them,
upper-
would that
the-
make them? Let's say the SEC finishes with 10 top 25 teams.
Ain't no way, bro.
I think it'd be tough because you got to battle across the conference, right?
You got to think you're going to have 10 teams with 5 losses.
No, you already got teams with 4 losses in the top 25.
Oh, you mean like Purdue
And Gonzaga?
and Gonzaga?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's where they're sitting now. You're talking about keeping 10 teams from the same conference.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to. You could finish probably with around 8 losses and be in the top 25.
I think Ole Miss with 8 losses is going to finish. Well, they still only need 6 more to be that way.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, let's say, has any conference ever put 10 teams in the tournament?
Yeah, I don't think they have.
I think 9 or 8 or 9 is
8 or
the
9.
highest, right?
I think the ACC got 8 one year for sure. I just don't know, man. I think a lot of these SEC schools have bolstered their resumes early with shit games.
8 is the most. The Big Ten has done it
That's it. Pretty sure
twice.
the ACC did 8 one year. I don't know how the Big Ten gets 8 in there either. Because usually it's just like the only ones ever good is Michigan State and Michigan or
The Big Ten did it in 2019. The SEC did it in 2018. The Big East did it in 2013. Big East did it in 2010. Big East did it in 2008. Big East did it in 2006.
how many Big East schools won a championship?
UConn and Villanova is all I know.
Yeah.
Syracuse one time, but they were the ACC then. No, they weren't. They're still big.
No, they weren't.
Were they ACC then? Okay.
Yeah, I think they've been in the ACC for a long time.
No, Carmelo played before. Maybe. Because what, Syracuse moved in 08?
I thought it was before that. But I'm still
Well,
not a
Syracuse was in the Big East in 06.
big,
So,
they won in when? 08, 09?
yeah, you might be right. Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm just saying they're going to the upper echelon of the SEC. Is
Oh, wait,
going-
hold on. No, 11 bids. Sorry, it was the 2011 Big East. 11. 9 teams have entered in the ACC in 2018 and 2017 and the 2012 Big East.
Crazy.
So 11 is the most, and that was the Big East in 2011. They had Pittsburgh, Notre Dame, Syracuse, UConn, Louisville, West Virginia, Cincinnati, Georgetown, St. John's, Villanova, and Marquette. And the national champion was UConn that year.
I feel like it.
And all of them, and all but 2 bowed out in the first and second round.
That's what I'm saying. That's what usually happens.
Yeah.
Because honestly, there's a lot of times they put some of these lower in major conference teams in instead of some of these like better mid-major schools who actually I think are better than some of these lower tier schools, lower tier major conference.
Okay, so 11 is the number. Could the SEC get 12?
No.
I think because you got a battle within the conference, I think 10's probably the max. This is what I'm looking at.
I don't know. 10. I think they can get 8. I don't know if they can get 10.
Something to revisit.
I don't think Ole Miss is as good as they're ranked.
Sure. And, that's the whole thing about conference play, right?
Yeah.
That's what tells us the story of what a real, how really
I don't think
good a
Mississippi
team
State
is.
is as good as they're ranked.
I'm still.
I think the
I'm
only
not
reason
sold-
they're up there is because they only got the one loss.
I'm still not sold on Kentucky. And I think Kentucky still has a lot to prove defensively before they're considered a top 10 team. And they're ranked in the top 10 right now. They do have good wins. They have the win against Duke. They have the win against Gonzaga. But, losing on the road to Clemson and the loss to Ohio State was really it was very reminiscent of Calipari years.
Oklahoma did beat
Something you should do
Arizona,
better.
so they did beat. It's weird. They only ranked teams. Oklahoma beat. They both were ranked 24th. They beat Arizona when Arizona was ranked 24th. They beat Michigan when they were ranked 20th.
LeBron James' other son,
Yeah, Bryce.
committed to Arizona. A lot of guys I've seen come out say that he's not as good as his older brother. From everything I've heard previous years, I haven't checked up on him recently, but he was the better one.
I thought he was the better one.
Me too.
I still think Bronny's trash.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's
So-
been talk that LeBron may hang around just so he can play with get that kid drafted too.
He just turned 40.
Fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
He's a physical specimen, but there are skeptics out there saying that he's a juicer too.
I just think he's on the same regimen that Tom Brady was on.
He's on the hey, I'm only going to play half a year regimen is what he's on.
Well, that's another thing too.
That's what he's on. Oh, I only got to play 50 games. All right, cool.
I will say this. As bad as the Sixers started the year, on the up and up now. Hopefully that continues. They were the worst team in the East. And now they are within playoff striking distance, which is good. Good turnaround. Still under 500, 5 games out to be exact. So
McCann's has been a guy for you guys. He's been a baller.
who, McCain?
Yeah.
Oh, he's out.
I'm just saying.
No,
Well,
Jerry McCain was the deal when he was playing. We're missing his presence for sure, but we are adding in the presence of Paul George and adding the presence of Embiid for maybe half a season. We'll see.
Well, he ain't playing back to back, so
I will tell you, Tyrese Maxey is the deal.
I like
And
Tyrese Maxey.
I'm a big fan, and I'm so glad we have him in Philly and he ain't going. Love Tyrese Maxey, face of the franchise going forward. That's the dude.
Yeah.
Surprises to start the year. Phoenix Suns, outside of the playoffs, looking in right now to start.
That West is brutal, though.
And Sacramento.
That West is brutal.
But we talked so much about Sacramento and how they improved in the right direction.
Well, they
and-
fired Mike Brown this week.
Yeah. But as they should have, because the thing is it's been a straight decline since last year.
Yeah.
But we are picking up where they left off in the West last year. Oklahoma City running the show like we said would happen.
Yeah.
Because they got 5 games on
Yeah. 5 games on the surprise in Memphis.
Memphis out of nowhere. But John Morant ain't carrying guns and flashing shit and going to strip clubs. So,
Well, Houston is a surprise right there with them.
but Houston's the biggest surprise, right? Outside of Sacramento and Phoenix, I think you're looking at the 180 from them, which is Houston, because Houston isn't expected to be yet. And the early start to this year shows that Houston is doing their thing.
And Cleveland having the best record kind of surprises me.
But if you looked at the roster,
They got a good roster.
they have a very solid roster. They started off the year, 18, 19 and 0.
Yeah.
Things were going well. Or no, it wasn't even that high probably. But they started off well, hit a little dip, and they picked it back up. They're on an 8-game win streak.
They're
Knicks.
9-1 in the last 10. The Knicks are playing well.
That swap of Randall for Cat has been huge because, and they also added, God, no, it's Villanova kid. Dang it. Why am I brain farting on him? He's a Philly guy.
DiVincenzo. It's
No.
talking about
It's,
the Knicks added him.
Dang it.
Let's see.
Mikal Bridges. That's it.
Yep.
Damn it. I was just brain farted on Mikal. But you still have Jalen Brunson.
What is their salary cap?
I mean, Karl Anthony Towns at $50 million. Nuts.
Anobius 36.
Yeah, that's probably
Bridges is 23. The
Yep.
steal of that is Brunson at 24, 20. Might as well say 25.
Well, they just gave Brunson money, so that makes sense. And you got Josh Hart that's underpaid. So
If underpaid at 18 mil is underpaid,
from the way he's playing,
just crazy, bro.
I agree.
It's crazy.
NBA's starting to take shape. It's good.
I don't know.
Celtics right where they want to be.
I know
Yeah.
NBA viewership is in the toilet right now.
People don't like the product.
I think they're trying.
We talked about it last week. We talked about it previously.
trying too hard, bro.
Not too hard. The in-season tournament is a flop.
Yeah,
No one gives two fucks. If you want to have an in-season tournament, we talked about it. You need to have other countries participate in it. No one cares about an in-season tournament against teams that are playing each other already.
Darvin Ham cares about it.
Dumb. Anyway,
It is dumb. No, I'm with you 100%. I think it's
Stupid.
a waste.
I give zero fucks about who wins it. Anything. It is stupid. Stupid.
Washington Wizards had guests are awful.
Mhm.
Why is New Orleans so bad? Is everybody just hurt for them?
Well, I mean, when you got fat fuck down there, it's a guy that has the potential to be so good and just on an awful regimen.
Jesus. I mean, how bad is this team?
I mean, it's all been the front office. We talked about when Zion was picked. That was stupid. Like, you're going to pick it too high. We already talked about his weight being an issue. His knees aren't going to be able to handle it. And just the amount of work that's put in. A college schedule is perfect for that guy. Everything beyond it, nope.
Dude, I'm looking at their schedule. It can't be the whole schedule.
They're the worst team in the league.
Dude, I see 2 wins on this thing. One is against Denver. I don't know how they won that game.
I'm going to guess Denver took a lot of guys out on a back-to-back.
I'm going to guess that. But I mean, they're losing to like the Nets.
I mean, they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Are
6,
you
7,
looking
8,
at it?
9, 10,
Like it's
12 games straight.
It's ugly, bro.
Yeah, it's rough.
Like it is ugly. And there's some games they ain't even in it. Like
Check this box score. Jamal Murray played in that game. But you want to take a guess who didn't play?
Jokic.
Yep.
What about Russ? Did Russ play?
Russ played 22 minutes, got 5 points.
I'm telling you, Oklahoma City should have never broke that team up. They
They
should
had
have
so
paid the
much-
luxury tax and just rolled with it.
I agree.
That was just ridiculous.
Poor ownership decision. But that's what
Well, you
New
say
Orleans
that,
did.
and look where they're at now. I mean, they made some of the best trades. They got draft capital out the ass.
Oklahoma. Sorry.
Yeah,
My bad.
Oklahoma.
I'm thinking New Orleans. We're looking at New Orleans.
Yeah.
Got me.
I mean, what is that is just awful. Awful, awful, awful. Anything else you want to talk about, sir?
No, man. Just happy New Year's to you, everybody listening. We appreciate you. We will make sure we bring you topic remainder of 2025.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Got a long 2025 to go, sir.
We do. It just got started. We're 2 days in, but we'll be back
Yes, sir.
Again.
Yes, sir.
as always.
Till next time, brother.
Till next time.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.